A couple years back, Dan and I decided to make one of our very first projects together, an inspirational short film called September. Same place, right here, Spokane Valley Archery. A project we woke up at sunrise to shoot. Nobody around, just a sunrise, a camera, a bow, an arrow, and a couple guys who wanted to make something that meant something. Some of you are going to watch this video today and think it must be nice to get a brand new bow. It's really nice to get a brand new bow. But I want you to know that what you're looking at is just the tip of the iceberg. We've been making videos for a couple years now, 2 videos a week. We never miss a week, and we do it because we enjoy hard work. We enjoy publishing things in the name that we're proud of. And we will continue to make videos that inspire hard work, just like we did a couple years ago. Nobody watching, just a camera and a bow and a sunrise and a couple guys that were trying to make a video that meant something. I hope you'll enjoy this build today and know that we're still just getting started. What's up guys, the day is finally here. We are replacing the V331 with the brand new Mathews V3X 33. Now, this is a concept I've had in my mind for the last couple weeks as we started talking about it more, asked you guys about it, what you think I should do, talking with Josh, weighing my pros and cons. The concept I started stirring on was this hybrid kind of target hunting slash bow, something that's a little bigger, set up more for target, something that I could shoot really well at tack, but then also transform into my hunting bow for the season. That's the concept. There's a couple things I think that you would predict I would do, and then there's a couple things that I think are going to throw you for a complete screwball. So let's go in, let's find MFJJ, let's get this build done, and let's get it, dude. This is a brand new bow that I'm so excited about. After I finally made the decision and held that bow in my hand, it just made a lot of sense. But let's get inside, go find MFJJ, make a day out of it, and I hope you enjoy the build. All right guys, here we are. We're gonna go find the man, the myth. We're gonna get him to build my bow. I gave you the deal. I'm gonna let Josh, oh, there he is.
Hey, what's up?
I'm gonna let Josh break it down for you, kind of how we're gonna do the build. We're gonna make this a little different. Let me know what you think of it. But we're gonna let Josh talk you through the build, film the build, and I'm gonna turn it over to him. You excited for today?
Abso-freaking-lutely. Why not? Let's go.
So dude, what do you, Mathews V3, we're doing it, V3X 33.
Yes, sir, that's what we're doing today. Got some new beautiful, pretty strings on there, very unique for Timmy. And now that they're ready to go, we're gonna pick out some components, put it on there, tune her up, and get her rolling. Yeah, it's due for a trim. I got some gray stragglers that are kind of looking like a crazy old man. I can't do that, yeah. Step one in Timmy's bow was first to put strings on it and get it all beautimously to where it's not gonna stretch, it's not gonna rotate. So that's always gonna be my first step when building a bow, as long as there's not an issue with somebody not wanting to change the strings out or not wanting to spend the extra money. But that's a first for me. I wouldn't bother doing anything to that bow until you put some good strings on it. We always, at podiumarcher.com, which you can send us your bow, but we will not send you strings. You must send your bow here. We use 454 low wax material. That is the most durable, least pilling, least stretchy material that we can possibly come up with and try to use. We use Halo serving and 62XS center serving for your center. So that's the overall most durable thing that we've ever tried to use. I really don't care how much string material costs, I just want the best, so that's what we use. And that's what's on Timmy's bow.
All right guys, without further ado, we're gonna go find that bow.
Probably ought to make sure David made the strings. Let's go check that out.
Yeah. And I can't wait to show you the color. Oh, we got a name for this bow, Josh. I'll tell you about that in a second too. As soon as we see the strings, I'll tell you about the name.
All right. There she is.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is pretty, isn't it?
Were you skeptical when I picked out the colors?
Hell yeah, I thought that's gonna look like donkey.
Does it look terrible?
No, it does not. It's often surprising how many times you pick out something that you wouldn't think would look really good, and it looks incredible. We did a light tan and electric blue on a green, like a flat green bow, and I thought it was gonna look terrible, and I was like, God, that looks really freaking good. It's surprising. I get shocked every once in a while. This looks freaking great.
All right, drum roll, please. This is the purple tack driver. Why? Why? Because it's purple, it's awesome, it's electric looking, and it's going to be bow I ride to victory this year at TAC. TDD, Takedown Dan, TD, MFJJ.
The nail and Dan's coffin right
This
here.
is the nail and Dan's coffin. I can actually feel Dan shivering as he's watching this video.
Probably a little nervous, because I mean, this thing just looks like it would beat your ass.
Yeah, so that's
buddy.
it, boys.
Ooh,
yeah,
do we want
white tube socks, blue, electric blue, purple.
We need
serving.
here. Come on. Yeah, we need some purple rubber, don't we? Probably need to put a little purple rubber.
What are you talking about, purple rubber?
You can do that in
I haven't used
purple.
rubber since college, man.
Yeah, well, you know, can't pull and pray on the bow.
Yeah.
And that's your purple gherkin right there.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it'll look good. I'll tie it all together nice and pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Sweet.
Beautiful, beautiful. So this is the string building area. It's just like the mad scientist shop up here. It's also a fun fact, this is where Josh builds and makes his videos. And yeah, so that's the lab. We're continuing to work on and develop the lab. You guys are gonna see changes coming. It's gonna be awesome.
Always improve. Find at least one thing every time you do something and make it a little bit better every time. Now, once you get it to where you're not so worried about things moving anymore, then you need to start focusing on what accessories matter. And the number one thing you should be worried about is your arrow rest overall, because your arrow rest determines how your arrow is going to fly from A to B. Because of that, we're going to use a Hemsky Epsilon. On that bow, I can't fathom anything being better, so that's what we're going to use. Purple and electric blue highlights on your bow, and not add a little bit of color when you can without changing much, you know. Oh, look at that sexy. Oh, so pretty. Mini Epsilon basically is micro adjust everywhere. It's click micro adjust, so you get a better idea how much you're moving it when you're moving it. It's lighter than anything they've ever made. It's limb driven. The top's removable, the bottom's removable, the launcher's removable, and it's pretty much indestructible. Done.
Done. That's 20 seconds. That's great.
Gotta use our little Hemsky limb bracket. Okay, so we got that on there. We need to put this in a vise. We want to leave that up so we can check our knock height and hole height. So we're going to put this in here. Once you have the rest mounted on the bow, we can put it in a jig and get it all leveled up and get your loop height position right, based off of your arrow being level and square with the arrow rest position. Those epsilons come in at 13/16 off the riser, so we really don't have to actually touch anything other than figure out where our knock height needs to be based off of it being level. Put soft knots above and below that knock position, rotate and bring it down and tie a string loop onto it and get it to repeat exactly the same in that regard. Clamper down, OMP wide limb bow vise. Arrow. So this is my new arrow level. And I'm going to have the magnet lift up to it. This is my my new magnetic arrow level that I'm actually picking up from the anodizer today when I'm done with you.
So this is a mad scientist invention?
This is a mad scientist product, yes. There's other things like it out there, but there's never been one that's done with any kind of quality. It's always like this cheap little spring-on thing or a rubber band on level on there, and I figured why not actually machine something and make something that's easy to take on and off, that's consistent time and time again. One time, one purchase, done and done.
So stay tuned on that.
Yeah, it'll be on the website tomorrow, probably.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be $39.95. I haven't gotten my final invoice, but that should be it. So all you're doing is you got your strings level here, and you bring your knock height to where it's level there, and that's where you put your knock. Pretty no-brainer.
So we got the people asking, what is MFJJ going to shoot? Seems like he's promoting Mathews a whole bunch this year. Josh, tell us what the rig's going to be for 2022.
Well, first of all, I'm promoting Mathews a lot because they made a hell of a bow this year, and that's been largely what people have purchased from our store. But what I am doing, I'm taking a little unique standpoint on it. I picked 3 bows out that I felt were the closest to what I would want a bow to do, i.e. a 33 axle to axle, roughly 6.5 inch brace height. Picked each major manufacturer that made a bow of that configuration of 3, because I really don't want to do more than 3, because that would be the world's largest headache for me to expand, and let's take 17 bows and try to figure out which one I like better. So I picked a Hoyt, a Mathews, and a Bowtech that meet those specs. I'm going to build all 3 of them identical, shoot them all for about a month and a half, and then determine which one I'm going to shoot at that point, because I am not a sponsored shooter. I can shoot whatever I want, And I feel that's the fairest way to do it. And I would love to do something that I'm sure most of you would like to be able to do, which is literally try all of them for an extended period of time with all the same gear and shoot them at distance and then determine which one I am going to get.
Let's pick it up, dude. Pick it up.
We're making video magic and you're on speaker, buddy. What's up?
Hey, Tim, what is your waist size? Sorry to be personal, but
My waist size is 34, 32.
you want a 34, 32?
Yeah, I got a trim waist unless you're talking about skinny jeans.
Nah, man. And then how about for your Renegade short sleeve, long sleeve, quarter zips? It's an athletic fit.
XL. Unless it's a really athletic fit, then maybe even double, but probably XL. XL for most outerwear.
No, it'd be an XL. And then how about for your puffy?
How does your, what size do you wear?
I wear a large.
So I should probably have a double XL.
Thank you very much. That's it. Back to making magic.
He called my phone to talk to you. That's
got
hilarious.
You got anything you want to tell the people?
Go to NumaOutdoors.com. Pick out your stuff. Use discount code ElkShape 20% off.
Sounds good.
Boom. Hell of a deal.
Hell of a deal. Now go make that 33, but don't make it too good, Josh. Don't make it too good.
I got to make you sweat a little, brother.
All right, guys.
All right, take care.
Later.
So the bastard that interrupted our audio was it was Dan. He gets a hall pass. You always get a hall pass, Dan.
Calls my phone to talk to Tim because he knows Tim would ignore his phone while we're filming.
Probably didn't have service, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're logged into the Wi-Fi, it should ring. I had AT&T for 2 years. Then once we have a string loop on it and the arrow rest on it, we can triple check it in the draw board, make sure the wheels are perfectly timed, which they should be, but it's always good to double check once you put a loop on. Without the loop on, you might be pulling in an uneven position and you might think the bow's timed, but once the loop's on, you can actually permanently check it. And then at that point, we'll take the arrow Timmy wants to use and run it through paper and make sure it's shooting good. If it's not, at that point we would run shimmy shimmy cocoa pop. We'll play with the top hats and readjust the wheel lean to where it's coming out perfectly straight every time. From there, we would then put it back in the vise and pick out the sight, which today we're going to use a Black Gold Pro sight with a 10,000 pin because Timmy wants to set this bow up for tack, and that's about one of the best things we can use for that far extended range with a really fine pin, because that little tiny pin doesn't look so damn big at 120 or 130 yards as a 19 would. So as long as you can still see it, it's a good way to go. So we're going to put that on there. We're going to put it back in the leveling jig, get the string level on there, clamp a Hamskea Gen 2 onto the rail and adjust your first, second, and third axes till it's level. And then we're actually going to take one more step and put it in the draw board and put a level on it and try to set the third at draw, which is something we haven't ever shown before, so that might be interesting to see. Yes, and then we bolt the sight on the bow. So we got the good rail but the bad scope head, so we need to adjust the scope head.
So we're level here.
Level here, level here, not level there.
Oh.
So we move that to where that guy's level, and then we'll pull it back in the vise. Alright. We're square off of our riser here with this bubble, and that bubble's like right in between there, so it's actually level. And our bubble this way is just off a little bit, so I'm going to, I gotta loosen the lock. There it is on that side. Here, sticker. There we go. Okay. So now, a little third access screw here. So go back to looking at our bubble, get our bubble good. A little bit, make it match that one. Perfect. Right now, we found a flat spot on the bow to mount the level to, so it's square to the bow. So now the bow is at full draw, pointed straight downhill and level. So then you just match your third axis setting with that if you had the ability to pull the bow back and have it pointed straight downhill. So that and that match, voila, our third axis should be good. Unless you apply some hand pressure into it that's different than the bow sitting right now. So it should actually be perfect.
I should do that under your tutelage.
Well, if you listen, sometimes you don't always listen. From there, it's whatever other accessories we need, because everything else past those two main things is kind of just extra goodness. We'll get a good level on there. We'll get a good set of stabilizers on there, podiums. no doubt. And get it all sit and balance just like his other bow, which he's probably going to be surprised to find he doesn't need as much side weight anymore, because this bow's a little more integrated and the components that are going on are a little more integrated, so it won't rotate or bail, which will be very beneficial on uneven ground, highs and lows, ups and downs. It makes a very big difference when your bow naturally bounces as opposed to trying to fight it. And I'm willing to bet we'll probably pull that grip off and put a different one on there. That should get us rolling and get us functioning in the best way humanly possible. Without further ado,
yeah, it's got to come down just a little. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so this is 10-degree down angle, and 10-degree down angle
turns your bow's point movement into kind of this sort of thing instead of this kind of thing. If you actually watch your pin move, that's normally what it's doing. And it kind of makes it just do this, so it settles in the bottom.
Are you shooting 10-degree down angle?
Yeah, absolutely. It does help. You'll notice it as soon as you bolt it on if your stabilizer's got any reasonable length to it at all, which yours does. This little 15-inch gherkin here.
Long staves, man.
Long staves, baby.
The longer the staves.
Less weight you need to feel anything. ElkShape logo.
Oh, very nice.
Pop it.
It's just now. I think we're close.
It actually sat really level. It didn't go forward or backward at all.
Good.
Yeah, it's moving just.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
So
Now
when it's
we'll
moving,
full
it's
monkey
going-
this. Yeah, it's your positioning of fire forward. It's clean straight forward. But judging off of how you normally hold based off of the other ones, I kind of duplicated it, and voila, it's about the same.
Yeah, no, it's
So real
it
similar.
it was within the square.
It's like cheating.
So what? We good?
I think we're good, bro. I think we're ready for you to put some freaking reps on and get a sight tape on it once you get your distance for sure.
Just like that, guys. This is the purple tack driver. It's all set up. It's built. It looks fantastic. Special thanks to MFJJ back there for taking the time to do this build with me. BODYWEIGHT, they have a YouTube channel, BODYWEIGHT.com. Josh sells archery stuff. And apparently he knows what he's doing, because first arrow tuned. First time we set up the stabilizers, it was right where it wanted to be. And we didn't have to shim this bow or anything. Everything, the timing was good. Everything just went, I feel like this went too well, to be honest. It was just a very simple process, and once I get a couple hundred more arrows down range, we can maybe come back to review and tell you more, but it just feels really good in the hand, really stable, less vibration. It just holds really well. So I would encourage you to get down to a local archery shop and try it out. I'm not telling you what to shoot, but put it in the rotation and let it speak for itself. Well, anyway, just to wrap it up, special thanks to MFJJ and his crew for building the strings, for making everything look so good, and taking the time to dial it in for me.
Anything I can do to help you beat Dan.
Anything to TDD. Well, you can't have this bow, but you can get these strings.
You can.
And you just call
You
in and
can.
say, hey, I would like the purple tack driver strings, and Josh will give you special ElkShape pricing. And if you post it, post something for us on Instagram, and we'll send you guys some
Absolutely.
free swag. Subscribe to the channel. Go check out Josh's channel.
Like, subscribe, and follow.
I don't know that there's a better resource on the internet for archery stuff. Unfortunately, he continues to make stuff with us, so we're super grateful. We appreciate you guys for the view. Thank you for hanging out. Subscribe to our channel. We're chasing down 100K this year, and you're going to help us get there. We'll catch you back for the next one. You good?
That was dope.